Good, happy Saturday morning, January 12th, 2019. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First up, retired police officer, wife killed in wrong way crash on Route 101 in Epping. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9.
A mangled mess sits in the middle of Route 101 Thursday night after police say 31-year-old Ryan Kittredge of Derry crashed his Dodge pickup truck with a Chevy Impala, driven by retired Townsend, Massachusetts Police Sergeant John Johnson and his wife Heidi. The New Ipswich couple was pronounced dead at the scene.
In this particular case, I'm not sure there was anything Mr. and Mrs. Johnson could have done to prevent this crash.
Kittredge was flown to Mass General. He is expected to recover. It appears Kittredge was driving west, made a U-turn on the same side of the highway, and began heading east before slamming into the Johnsons head-on.
It is evident, or it is apparent, that impairment was a contributing factor in this crash.
Black bunting now hangs over the Townsend Police Department.
This is tragic.
Johnson, a 39-year veteran of the force, recently retired in July.
He rose to the rank of sergeant, did a lot of different things for the police department.
His commitment to serve going beyond the badge. Johnson would often be seen helping at community events. He especially loved putting on his chef's hat for the senior center cookout.
John would bring all his cooking equipment there, and he was the main chef. You could see that in the picture.
A lovable guy who dedicated so much of himself to the town he grew up in.
We'll survive it. It's his family and relatives, and we really need to help him the care at this point in time.
Now, there's actually a third vehicle that was involved in this crash, but the driver of that car wasn't significantly hurt. Reporting live in Epping, I'm Tim Callery, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Body found in river in Tilton. Foul play is not expected in the death of a man whose body was found in a river in Tilton on Friday, police said. The body of an adult man was found in the Winnipesaukee River at the Clement Dam, police said in a press release. An autopsy is set to be performed on Sunday. The man's identity was not released because officials were still working to notify his next of kin. Nashua couple employed by FAA wonders when shutdown will end. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9, Andy Hirschberger.
I feel deserted. I feel like the government really let us down.
Ed and Tracy Hanlon each have almost 30 years experience working at the FAA Center here in Nashua. Their federal jobs in maintenance and operation are considered essential, so despite the shutdown, they're still going to work. Thursday was the first time their paychecks read zero.
You get to the feeling where you're nervous, you're scared, you're starting to feel not desperate, but you're very, very nervous.
They call it this shutdown, but we're still making sure everything's running fine. So who really notices that that the government's shut down? Because, we're keeping things going.
Ed and Tracy say they have some savings and they're being smart about spending. Fewer trips to the grocery store, even watching their gas mileage.
You don't know when it's going to end. There's just no ray of hope. And what people don't realize is the trickle-down effect. Because you're not going down to eat, you're out to eat, you're impacting someone. Because you're not getting your hair done and this person's not getting paid.
So for now, they keep going to work and wondering about their future.
It just seems like it's the same thing. Everyone comes and eats, and then they get down and walk apart, and we're still doing our jobs and hoping.
We voted these people in. They should be working for us, and sometimes it feels like they are, but at times like this, it feels like they're really working against us.
Ed and Tracy say that they are thankful for everyone who has been sympathetic and hope this all ends soon. Reporting live from Andy Hirschberger, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Fans of closed Portsmouth coffee shop aware of Tuscan Kitchen moving into space. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9, Jennifer Crompton.
After 25 years in business, last week Breaking New Grounds in Portsmouth's Market Square closed its doors. Locals lamenting the loss of the popular casual gathering spot. Ralph Galt met friends there nearly every day.
And everybody kind of panicked and said, all right, where are we going from here?
But Portsmouth has no shortage of coffee shops. He's adjusting at Elephantine Bakery with some concerns that the old spot is becoming a Tuscan Market.
I thought we're going to lose the charm of Breaking New Grounds, possibly.
New owner Joe Farrow says that charm is what he's going for, like his Tuscan Market in Salem.
Our vision is to create a very rustic, artisan Italian, pastry shop, cafe, deli, trattoria. It's outdoor seating. I only ask that people wait and see.
The Tuscan Market on Route 1 has closed, prepping for the move. Farrow with a rendering of the exterior.
It's a warm, scratch Italian food environment that, that looks more at yesteryear than tomorrow.
Demolition work is already well underway. The owner's plan is to expose even more brick and to uncover some of the old wooden beams here. He says the plan is to make this space, this Tuscan Market, something that you might have seen in old Portsmouth.
The ambiance and the environment is going to be one where you'll want to stay.
The plan is to open in early spring, but he says definitely by summer. In Portsmouth, Jennifer Crompton, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Very cool indeed. Can't wait to see it opened. As Shutdown drags on, federal employees at Manchester Airport continue to work without pay. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9, Mike Cronin.
Congressman Chris Pappas arrives home from Washington with no end in sight to the government shutdown.
It's outrageous what's happening right now. I mean, this shutdown never should have happened in the first place.
At the Manchester-Boston Regional Airport, Pappas met with the union that represents TSA workers, who should have been paid on Friday. Dave Boucher is one of them.
Some of my coworkers are talking about just using their credit cards, load up their credit cards, or borrow money from friends.
TSA and FAA employees are still on the job in the Queen City, working without pay.
Right now, because of their selfless dedication to public safety, we have seen no impact to our customer service here.
The airport is now working on contingency plans just in case employees look elsewhere for a job.
certainly with a state that has record low unemployment and all the employers fighting for employees right now, there's certainly a concern there on our part.
While these people don't know when they'll be paid again, Pappas says it's crucial to end the gridlock as soon as possible.
I think the shutdown's being used for political purposes. Government appropriations are being used as political leverage, and the workers here at Manchester Airport and across our country are political pawns.
We just hope that Congress and the President work a deal out and end the shutdown so we can pay our bills.
As usual, the airport is advising passengers to arrive about an hour and a half to 2 hours before their scheduled departure time, but says operationally people shouldn't notice anything different here at the airport. That is thanks to the dedicated workers. Reporting live in Manchester, Mike Cronin, WMUR News Now.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Government shutdown becomes the longest in U.S. history. The 22-day partial government shutdown became the longest shutdown in United States history, breaking a record from 1996 on Saturday. President Donald Trump and Congress continue to dispute funding for a wall at the southern border, a proposal backed by the president. Meanwhile, nearly 800,000 federal workers are affected. Many of them missed their first paycheck since the shutdown started on Friday, according to the American Federation of Government Employees. Another 1/3 will experience a missed paycheck on Monday, with the rest turning up empty on Tuesday. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. And I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Goodbye, everyone.